Hello, hi. So I've just come back from the gym, and as you guys know, I'm not the greatest person of exercise. I didn't do all of my reps. So normally when I do exercise, I tend to do like 3 reps of each exercise. I could only do one. I'm in a lot of pain. I've been trying different things to alleviate the pain, but I just think I'm have a very low pain threshold, so my pain doesn't sit very well in my body, and so I literally cannot focus or do anything because I'm very sensitive to pain. However, I just want to ensure that it's important for you, and this is kind of like I'm doing straight after the gym. It's important for you to just to keep pushing through. So even if you don't do everything you're supposed to do, still do something. It's better than doing nothing at all, because you're still adding like the long-term gains of doing something than doing nothing and not completely wasting your day. And not to be too harsh on yourself if you don't get everything done. So that's what I'm kind of learning. So it took a lot of effort for me to go to the gym today because I was in pain, but I'm glad I went either way, and I know over time it will pay dividends in the work that I put in the gym. Also, I want to offer you guys something. So I have a 6-week coaching program to help, in particular, neurodiverse people who want to pass the Prince 2 practitioner exam. But I'm doing something really special. And the thing that I'm going to be doing really special for you guys is offering a 1-hour free coaching session on how to study the Prince 2 practitioner exam. And I think it's important that you get a little taster of what I would give you if you were to go on a 6-week coaching plan. So it'll be just 1 hour with me. We'll break down any areas that you're struggling with, whether that is the exam itself or how to study, how to retain information, like techniques I use to help me pass, and things you can do, like little things you can put in place. If like, for example, you need extra time, how to ask for extra time and things like that, I will talk you through that in that 1 hour free session. So take this opportunity. I mean, right now I am coming straight from the gym, walking home. It's a lovely day today, but it's really, really hot. I'm not enjoying the heat, but I don't want to complain too much because we might not always get this type of weather all the time in the UK. But yeah, 1 hour session with me, and I'll talk you through how to pass your Prince 2 practitioner exam as a neurodivergent. Alright then, we'll speak soon. Take care. Bye. So this would be something that I would share. So this is a question that I would share with you on the exam so that you have real life examples of what it is like to do a Prince 2 practitioner exam. So that's a clip of it. Hi, so I'm going to give you a couple of tips when it comes to just exams in general, particularly if you are somebody who has a neurodiverse condition or you have dyslexia like myself or ADHD. So the number one tip I'll give you is always let the examination board know that you have a disability, right? By letting them know you have a disability, that gives you a little bit of an advantage because you can ask for extra time on your exam paper. Depending on the examining board, they may ask for proof of your um, dyslexia or your disability. You'll need to provide that proof to them, and they should be able to give that extra time. If you don't have any proof of your disability, because sometimes there's situations where you know that you have a disability, you could always go to maybe an employer or go to your institution for education to write a letter on your behalf stating that you have a disability. There's always ways around that, and I'm also going to do an episode on my podcast in regards to how you should go about ensuring you get an assessment for your dyslexia or your disability. I had mine a few years back, but it is really important to have it because it then gives you the ability to get access to extra support or extra, or, extra things that you can do to ensure that you are getting fully supported with your disability. Because if you're a disabled person, that you know that there's no possible cure of you having your disability cured, you need to get the support you need. And under the Equality Act 2010, dyslexia and any form of neurodiversity is a form of disability, and therefore you're not supposed to be discriminated about it. And also, you should be given extra time, particularly when it comes to things like exams. So always make sure you check that out before you take your exam. The second tip I'll give you, and I'm doing this on the whim, is try to ground yourself before an exam. I remember when I did my Prince 2 quite a while back, I was really nervous. I was panicking. I was sweating. I was getting nervous. I just felt like I was going to fail, and I kept telling myself I'm going to fail. And hold no, Lord and behold, I failed the exam. So it's very important just to keep yourself grounded, using grounding techniques, taking a deep breath. So going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a deep breath and take it out, and just grounding yourself so you don't get overwhelmed and panicked. And whatever the outcome will be, it will be. But as long as you go with the right mindset and you're calm and you relax yourself, you're more likely to do well in the exam. So, you know, do grounding techniques to kind of keep you level. Also, if you don't understand a particular question in an exam and you're not sure of the answer, leave it. Don't spend so much time on one question. If you don't have the answer right now, come back to it. I mean, normally with the Prince 2, it's multiple choice. So it's got to be either one of the four answers that you have to get right. So try not to stay on one question for too long. If you're not getting it within maybe 2 or 3 minutes, leave it and then move on to the next one and then go to the next exam question. So that's one technique I would always encourage. That's something I've learned. Another thing, particularly when it comes around studying exams, now, because I have dyslexia, I don't know what neurodiverse condition you might have, but because I have dyslexia, I have to read things every day for it to kind of digest in my head. So if you can read something every day and read it out loud, the information is more likely to stay in your brain than if you try to remember it, by just reading it in your head. Also, like when you're in the process of learning information, write notes down, even if it's been recorded already. Write it down, because by writing what you're learning, somehow in your head, it will kind of the information will kind of go into a in the form of osmosis. That's what one of the trainers said to me. It goes through osmosis, which means that if you're writing and you're listening, you're more likely to remember the information, particularly if you have things like dyslexia. And make sure before you enter your exam, have something light to eat. Don't eat anything too heavy, or don't go to the exam and have not eaten or drinking. Just have something very light, not too heavy, so that you don't feel that you're hungry or stressed out. And if you need a break in the exam, just tell the examiner or the invigilator, you know what, I need a 5 minute break. I feel a bit overwhelmed, a bit tired. The information's a bit much for you, and they're more than happy to give you a 10-minute break so that you can go and ground yourself if you need to, if the exam's getting a bit too much for you. Also, other things I would recommend in exam, I wouldn't always, it depends on you. I wouldn't tell people you're taking an exam. Some people it helps because it gives them that accountability, but I wouldn't recommend telling people. I think if you're going to do your exam, just do your exam, focus on the exam, and focus on doing well. And I think you'll do fine. But that really is a personal thing. I think I don't like telling people I'm taking exams because I feel it adds a level of pressure to me. I just like to just go into my own little quiet spot and just focus and study and um, yeah, go in the exam and just do the best I can. And last but not least, this may not apply to you if you're not a person of faith, but I'm a person of faith and I'm a Christian. But before you enter the exam, please pray. And that doesn't mean that you should just rely on prayer. You need to put the work in and put the effort in. But just pray, like when you go to an exam, just pray that, you know what, let God guide me when I'm going into the exam. Help me, answer the questions. Make sure all the information that that I've been working hard to remember stays in my brain so that I can do the exam effectively. And those kind of things will keep you positive. If you're not a person of faith, you can just speak on affirmations to yourself. Say that, you know what, I'm going to do well in the exam. I'm going to pass it. I'm capable. I'm more than capable. I am a winner. I am not a failure. I'm someone that can do exams and pass. And the more you kind of speak upon yourself, the more likely you are going to pass the exam. So I feel like I've spoken quite a bit. I've gone through like a day in the life of what it's like for me to do an exam. I'm not sure. This will probably be like a vlog style kind of video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And